Hello and welcome back to another video on this series of videos on the BMW 116 diesel. Now the last video I did was a bit of an update and we was due to get the car back, but that didn't happen for another couple of weeks, a few teething problems, but we did get the car back and I've got the key here. So we're going to be showing you around the car very soon. Now the reason it's taken quite a little bit longer to get this video up and running is we didn't get the car back until a day before we was going on a big family holiday. And then when I did get back a few days later, I got COVID. So I've had to self-isolate for the past week or so. But I'm feeling fine, feeling fit and raring to go to get this car back on the road and looking the way it should be looking. Now in a moment I'll be taking you around the car and showing you as it is. Now I haven't touched it. I'll give you I'll be honest with that, I gave it one little wash when I got it back and it's got 2.5 years of grime all over the paint. The parts was thrown in the back of the car, so there's a lot of cleaning to do inside the car. I'll be showing you all around. I wanted to show you as it is. We'll do the work and then I can do a nice video of the car looking spotless and we can take it for a test drive then, and I can tell you exactly what I think of the rebuild and of the car. So for all those of you who watched the previous videos, like I say, thank you very much for that. Now we'll go and have a look at the car and I'll show you around. See you in a minute. And there it is, at last, the BMW 116 diesel. Now I can see straight away it's got a crack on the number plate, so that's going to have to be replaced. I've noticed a bit of a scratch around here on the bumper, so I can buff that out, get that looking good. In terms of the bodywork itself, it's not that bad. There's no dents or real bad scratches on it, so it is in pretty good condition, other than the fact that it needs a good polish and detail. So that's the rear, obviously. No cracks on the lights, so that's good. The roof, there's no dents or dings on there. The doors all looking pretty good condition in terms of the panels, but the scratches, I don't know if you can see them popping up through there. Lots of little marks that need to be buffed out on the front door as well, just along there. The indicators are all in good condition. Wing mirrors. So yeah, not too bad, considering it's been sat for 2.5 years. There's a lot of grime and dirt on the paintwork that needs to be cleaned out and buffed up to make it look really pretty again, which is something I'm looking forward to getting stuck in and doing. So there it is. That's the car we've been talking about. It's up and running and it's going for its MOT tomorrow. So let's have a look at the interior. Right, let's have a closer look on the inside. Now the good thing is there's no rips or anything like that, it's just grime and dirt inside. The dashboard is in good condition. Just needs a good detail and a good clean, as you can see. So if we go further and have a look in there, as you can see, yeah, it's full of lots of nasty dirt, oil stains, what have you. Okay, let's have a look at the rear of the car. Just go open the door, get the remote, open it all. There we go. Now, when I did get the car back, it was still full of debris. Look at the stains on it, that's disgusting. Even old takeaway wrappers left on the floor that I had to get rid of. Inside the sills was loads of cobwebs and all sorts of nasty stuff. I'll put a picture of that on this video for you to have a look. Let's have a look at the boot. Yeah, not too bad. It'll clean up pretty well, I'm sure. Overall, it's not the worst I've seen or had to do. So look on the other side of the door, on the interior. The good thing about this is there's no real damage to the interior. The headlining's still intact, there's no damage there, so that's good. It's just literally about giving the car a real good, clean, tidy, and making it look like it's just come out of a showroom, which is the goal to achieve. So, as I said, I'll go through the numbers with you and talk it all over of how much it costs to get the engine repaired, and we'll do that right now in the garage. Okay then, so we've had a good look around the car, and obviously the next stage is to get the MOT and get this car cleaned up inside and out and getting it back to its former glory. So as promised, I will go through all the numbers on what this project cost. Now, when we first bought the car, we paid £1,250. Now that started the project going because obviously it was a cheap car, and I wanted to make this car or repair this car as quick as I possibly could. That didn't actually turn out to be the case, but that was the intention. So the three ways in which you can go, I think, to do a project like this. One, obviously, the way I did, I took it to a professional engine restorer, rebuilt the engine. If you've got the knowledge and the know-how to repair an engine, obviously you're going to save considerable amounts of money by doing it yourself. I haven't got that sort of knowledge. And the other option would be to take a careful look at what you're doing and assess it, and maybe look at buying a second-hand engine or reconditioned engine. Probably costs about £2,000 to £2,500, and then you'd have to fit it. So as I went the first option, and we took it to professional engine rebuild, the cost was a lot more. So here are the numbers at last. So we bought the car on the 4th of the 3rd this year, 22, and it took well over 22 weeks to get the car back. So the original cost of the car, as I said, was £1,250. The initial stage when I contacted Hales Owen Engines. Because we didn't know exactly what was wrong with the car, we knew the timing chain had gone and that was going to cause some problems. Plus it's been sat for 2.5 years and that's going to be creating its own issues. So he was unaware of the actual damage that was caused. So the original quote was 1,500 plus the VAT. That's for a new timing chain and any top end sort of work that may be needed on the engine. But when they got the car and they dismantled the engine and took it apart, they found out that the damage was more considerable and it needed a complete engine rebuild from the bottom up. Everything needed to be replaced. So that was an additional, let's have a look, £2,209. So the total cost to rebuild the engine was £4,181, plus the £1,250 that we paid for it, so overall £5,431. Now I did say that the car's value was around about £6,500, so in that respect there's a good £500 to £1,000 in a difference. It's not a great deal, and for the amount of time and effort that we put into it, it's neither here nor there. So it's not a success in that sense. If you'd have built the engine and done it myself, obviously would have saved a lot of money and that figure would have been really lower. So the upshot of this project is really think carefully about the actual car, what the problems are, and do your research a little bit more than I did and get better prices, because I just jumped straight into it, went for professional rebuild. I wanted to give the car to my wife to be a daily driver, so we wanted it done fast. That didn't happen. So that's where we are. The good part, or the good thing, the positive thing, you have to look at the positive sides of it. I know that that car now is mechanically sound. The engine is good for another 100,000 miles, hopefully. It's warranted, the work's warranted for 12 months. So we've got the sort of a really good car once it's all prepped up the way it should be. And it's going to be good for a good few years yet. So in that respect, for nearly under I've reached that again, for about £1,000 in the difference, and we've got a car that's all good for a good few years. So think of the positives. It's going to be a good car for my wife to drive. If I was going to do this project again or something like this, I would definitely take a different view of it and look at other options. So I hope this has given you some good idea as to, if you see a car yourself, what sort of things you need to be looking at and the sort of costs that would be involved. So I'll wrap this video up now. The next videos will obviously be about me cleaning the car and making it look good. So I hope to see you again in the next videos. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.